Hello everyone, this is a journal that I have made for a personal swap with Donna. I started with a C4 sized envelope, which I forgot the measurements, and I should have measured it finished because we both decided to do a swap of envelope journals and she liked the style of the dark ones that I do. The cover has been stained all in, I forgot, something espresso, but my mind's gone blank. Tim Holtz, any ground espresso. Metal corners and embellishments from Restored with Love for You, again. Pink and cream ribbons on the spine. A trinket pin, Tim Holtz, that says vintage, and a dangle with different charms. All that's on the back is this little bird's nest. I hope this isn't going out of focus. But there's all different laces, lace flower page tabs, broderie anglaise, trims. On the dangle there is a heart, a bird, a filigree ball, a leaf, a rose, and a different leaf. These papers are from the Kirby Teasdale pack. I do need to add some thick lace by there, like I usually do. Dreams, etc. That's from Vintage Love Story. And this is on vellum. It's the Timeless kit. That is a layaway envelope, which is from J9 Scraps. There's a trifold time card inside from Denise's shop, A Tattered Dream. And I haven't really done anything to alter it because, Donna, you could use it again. Tattered Dream, the doilies, polka dots, lace flowers, a Rita pocket, journal card, vintage lady, one of the big spool tags from the Vintage Love Story kit. Vintage sheet music, Mozart. There's a combination of different stenciling designs. This is the green ledger paper from A Tattered Dream. Craft paper from the Everyday Journal, which is the shop that belongs to Laurie, the girl from the Bay. Garment tag, which I've just added some rosettes to. That is one of the ones also from A Tattered Dream. I forgot where those tags were from. A Prima Tales of Us journaling card. Forgot where that's from. When I remember where this tag was from, I will put it. I have a feeling they're from either Lilac and Lavender or Astrid's Artistic Efforts. And that tag, that is from Astrid's Artistic Efforts. These bags, I am really not sure. I'll have to look on my Etsy receipts to remember who I bought them from. Tiffany & Co. receipt stamp. This ticket, which was gifted to me by Denise, is also a tuck spot. probably won't see it, but they're a little like compass designs, vintage compasses on there. This says Pretty Little Things, and it's a Project Life card. Vintage Lady. I do need to think where I got that as well. This is Tsunami Rose. All of the tags, the photographs, the journal cards have been backed onto coffee or tea dyed papers. Artie Mays, it's the pink half of the Rose from You kit. A French message slip, which were gifted to me by Janine from J9 Scraps. These are Ephemeris Vintage Garden, and I forgot which kit. Coffee dyed ledger paper from A Tattered Dream. Artie Mays, doilies from A Tattered Dream. An Artie Mays needle book from that haberdashery themed kit. And as ever, I've glossy accented a pack of needles to go in there. Tsunami Rose. A Vintage Lady and a vintage Will's cigarette card. Kaisercraft papers. Some Redberry tea dyed papers. Spool tag, which I think is from Lilac and Lavender. This is one of the Sue Olsen Innkeeper dress tags. And a library pocket with some pretty papers on. Another big journaling card from an old advert. Again, the Timeless Love kit. Some pink broderie anglaise trim. I know we talked about it and you didn't really need a lot of writing spaces. I think this is from Pixar Bay. Some pale pink lace. More vellum. Dreams Etc. on. This is Ephemeris Vintage Garden. But it was actually from Pinterest and it was free. Paper bags are from the Lemon Cat on Etsy. The Tsunami Rose envelope with another Vintage Lady inside. I cut that from one of the really big paper bags from the Lemon Cat. I had to put that there because I messed up with stamping. Same with that. At the side of that Pixar Bay image. This is one of those CD sleeves from Denise's shop. Some bridal lace and embroidered flowers, some rosettes, some ephemera from the Graphics Fairy, and it says Ratster Cave Parisienne. And the Ratster Cave, I thought it was cute having the kitten looking over the top. There's a tag, a really big tag there. Put it back. Lots of corsets and vintage ladies in this journal. Wings of Whimsy. Tiny envelope. And I've done the paper clips with the lace. I never glue these particular envelopes down, and it's got a tiny journal card inside. So we've still got the Kaisercraft papers. There's a dress model, and there's also a sewing pattern in the background. behind there. Another Prima journaling card. And another Will's cigarette card. A vellum pocket, these papers are Santoro, and these gorgeous tags from an altered vintage chocolate receipt are from Wings of Whimsy. The vintage lady, most of the vintage ladies are from Pinterest. All of the inserts that I've glued down are from the envelopes and inserts packs by Tsunami Rose. I've used my ribbon threader punch, some stamping, a vintage sewing machine. I've opened both ends of all the paper bags. There's some fancy corner punching and just a bit of fancy edge punching here and there. I made a tag out of this vintage perfume bottle and a journal card from this vintage seed image. Some more lace trim, which I think goes particularly well with this. That page unfortunately ended up slightly crooked somehow. Another ticket tuck spot with two of the mini mason jar tags that Daisy does. And I showed you, did I show you the charm? There's a charm of a timepiece over there, and then there's another charm over here of a butterfly. They're all attached to bridal lace with garment pins. There's a cameo, a little bit of decoupage. There is an embossed glassine bag with some ephemera behind it. The image inside is from the gallery cat. I won't try to slide it out. An embossed envelope. I embossed it with some roses and inked it in tattered rose. And there's that vintage lady inside. These are slightly saucier vintage ladies than usual. Pretty papers. Very faintly, it's an old one. I was trying out a Prima stamp with a doily in old paper. These little vintage style journal cards are from Ephemera's Vintage Garden from a Boudoir Something kit. Another one of Jen's spool tags and a giant mason jar tag. I must think where I got all those particular mason jars, because they're from a blog, they were free. And that one's the Killarney Roses. Vintage book plate. And as you can see, I bound it in lace. And I didn't need to tie it off. It's put through with an eyelet and it's very firmly in place, and crochet lace on the spine. Anyway, Donna, I'm sorry for how long this has taken. And I hope that you like your journal. It was going to be off to you today, but it's pretty late. I gotta go because it's going to be 15 minutes soon. Donna, this will be going off to you with some other goodies tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.